Hey, what's up, guys? Just want to create a little training video to kind of help you move the sale along. Just kind of go the step A through Z of what a call would be. So when you're logged into your dialer, you should see the actual lead name. Let me see if I can just pull it up real quickly for you guys. And so the biggest thing to do with these sales as well, something that me personally, I know I'm a little guilty of, is building rapport. Actually getting time to get to know your clients, where they're from, build a little banter. If you talk about the industry, great. If you can't, then let me go ahead and share this screen for you guys. Okay, so when a call comes in, data will pull out from here. Pay attention to the name, which will pop up here, as well as the industry will pop up around here somewhere too. And so I use a simple script. I'll send it to you guys if you want, or make your own. But let's say they pick up. Before they really get a chance to inquire who I am, why am I calling, I don't ask for a name. Since I already know their name, I'll go, "Hey, John, it's Joe. I'm a fellow business owner, and I'm helping others get their ERC tax credits. Have you applied yet? No? Have you heard of it? No, okay. So the ERC tax credit was created during the CARES Act, and it's up to $26,000 per employee. And this is separate and different from PPP. So why is that important? So the reason why this is a great opportunity is because almost every business owner got PPP, Payroll Protection Plan. And if you got that, you couldn't get ERC. So once they got the PPP, no one thought of getting ERC because you just couldn't do it. Fast forward to end of last year, Biden administration, they amended this thing a couple times. So that's why people can now get both. But no one knows that. Accountants aren't aware of it because they don't read the IRS tax code nor the amendments. So that's where we come in. So I'll tell them, hey, a lot of companies aren't aware of this act that was recently amended and now allows employers that receive PPP to get ERC, and also new ways to qualify, such as supply chain issues. Did you have a problem getting parts? Let's say you're a roofing company. You couldn't get tiles. Or you're a gas station. You couldn't get your styrofoam cups for your big gulps. Maybe you're a chip manufacturer and you couldn't get certain materials to make your chips. As well as partial or full shutdown. And this is important too, because you'll talk to some restaurants and they'll say, "Man, I had my best year in 2021. I don't need this. My accountant said I won't qualify." Well, no shit. Your accountant deals with numbers, and all they're going to look at is the revenue qualifier. They're not going to look at the supply chain disruption or the partial or full shutdown. That's not their job. They deal with numbers. And if they're giving you an opinion on that, I'd be wary. So, Ms. Jones, I see here you made, even though you were more profitable, I see here in your state, did you have to reduce your occupancy at all? Oh, wow, 50%. Would you say if you could operate at full capacity, would you have made more money? Probably, right? Yeah, so you would qualify underneath the partial or full shutdown. And again, our job is to get them to the qualifier. I can't stress it enough. Don't have them pre-qualify themselves. Ms. Jones, our pre-qualifier is a whole system, and I'll ask you all the questions, and it'll tell you. It takes all the guesswork out. And it's free. We never take a credit card. So just by what we briefly heard, I think you would qualify, but the best way to find out is to take the qualifier and upload some documents. We have a professional team, and we have enrolled IRS agents, CPAs, and world-class attorneys guiding us and helping our back-end fulfillment center do their job of getting you qualified and for the amount. We do a better job than most companies. Did I mention we've helped over 15,000 companies recover over $1 billion in credits? So we know what we're doing. And I would just like to stress that. So ask your accountant, hey, how many of these have you filed? How much money have you gotten back to other people? They'll probably say none, maybe one or two. So would you listen to a company that has done it for over 15,000 businesses, or one guy that's done it for, none? You have nothing to lose. It costs zero, and we don't take a credit card. So the goal is we want them to, disarm them and build a little trust. And this is where rapport building comes in. Build rapport, talk to them, become their friend. People want to go with people they like. If they like you, they're going to give you a chance no matter what. So, hey, Miss Jones, how many employees do you have? 15. So it's up at $26,000 per employee. I'm not saying you'll get that full amount, but imagine getting 15 times 26,000. That's probably 300,000 to 400,000. That's a great number. Would that help you? Yeah. So why not take 5 to 10 minutes and see if you could possibly qualify for this? You have nothing to lose. Does that sound fair? You owe it to yourself, right? And your employees. Sure. Okay, great. Ms. Jones, what's your email address? I'm going to go ahead and send you some information. So we get their email address. And so this is an email I send out. We can give you templates. I can create one for you. And here we actually have links that will go to the qualifier. And this is attached to our affiliate code. So I send this email, they open it up. And if they have time, I would say have them do the qualifier with you on the phone, just so you know they're doing it. Because if you send it to them and you hang up, they may get around to it. They may forget about it, and 2 weeks may go by. You might have to follow up with it again. So you're going to save yourself time by getting them to do it right then and there. And they don't need any documents ready. Just take the qualifier. So they click on the link. Yes, Ms. Jones, let's start a new application. Okay, you just enter your company name. And what's your average employee in 2020? And that's fine. If you don't know, just estimate. So just based upon this right here, your potential based on averages could be this. It could be much higher too, but this is the number we like to give. We don't want to overpromise, underdeliver. We want to underpromise and overdeliver. So it could be more. So we go to the next part, and then it's just going to quickly ask them. It's going to say, hey, there's 3 ways to qualify. These are different items that they're going to need and such. Did you pay any wages? Yes. Now, this asks them if majority owners, just tell them just answer the question. Do any owners, are they on the payroll? If so, what's their name? This is to help the fulfillment center locate them because they had to crunch their numbers differently because of that. So I'll just type in my name. When do you start your business? And just tell them just to answer the question to the best of their knowledge. Again, our back-end team is going to go through and crunch the numbers. And when they upload their detailed payroll report, their 941 forms, which we'll go over in a little bit, it'll be crystal clear, light and day. So even if they can answer this totally incorrectly, and we could come in the back end and just clean it all up. So let's say revenue reduction. Oh, that's fine, Ms. Jones. You didn't lose any money. You made money. Supply chain disruption. You're a restaurant. You got everything fine. That's fine. No worries. There's still another way to qualify. Did you experience a full or partial suspension? Well, we didn't have to close because we're deemed essential business. That's fine. But do you have a partial suspension, meaning occupancy or reduced hours, reduction in hours, inability to access equipment, reduction in services offered? Maybe you're a med spa and you can only offer 5 of your 10 services now, and that affects your revenue. Even if you made more money in those other 5 services, you can still qualify. And maybe capacity. You can only hold 1/5 the amount of produce per se at a little convenience store. Then you can qualify. So reduction in capacity. Let's say state of Michigan, we had to have a 50% occupancy. And again, we will pull up the exact state mandates and we'll use that as the evidence. We're not using what they say as the evidence. We're going to do our due diligence. We're going to actually pull the actual numbers. So let them know, Ms. Jones, doesn't matter what you put in here. We're going to go and do a thorough audit, so you can't get in trouble with this because we're going to use the state mandate. And if we can't find it, we're not going to file it. What quarters are impacted? That's fine. If you're unsure, I would say just mark all 3 and we'll double check. We'll check to see if the state mandate was in fact in place during those quarters. If not, we won't file that quarter for you. We made this dummy proof. And there's a reason why we have IRS agents on our team guiding us, so we don't have any hiccups in the future. And I mentioned it's also much faster with us than any other company because we have IRS agents guiding us. So congratulations. They qualify for 3 of the quarters of 2021. They might ask, well, why didn't I qualify for 2020? Ms. Jones, that's probably a better question once they crunch all the numbers, but I'll tell you why on this one, because they had over 100 employees. But once they crunch the numbers, they'll tell you exactly why. But based upon this, the system it's automated, and it's really a brilliant algorithm. So under the facts, it just kind of goes into a little summary. And then how many employees did you average? Great news. It says you qualify. And then here is just where they'll just go ahead and just confirm the information. Then let me see if I want to show you what the document upload looks like as well. But I don't want to submit a new application for them. Okay, here we go. So after they submit this, they'll get an email as well as they'll get here. Thank you. Now it's time for your payroll and tax documents. Please upload. Now these are all items that they get from their payroll provider, not their accountant, not their CPA. Hence why accountant CPAs typically don't file this. So this will ask if they had PPP information. This is used when the back end calculates the exact number that they qualify for. So you just tell them the answer. If they're unsure, use your estimate and then submit your PPP information, or tell them to go there and gather it ahead of time. They can automatically upload. So this system will actually connect with a certain number of payroll providers and just get it through an API. Or they can manually upload it. It's simple as them just logging into their back-end portal for their payroll provider, or they just reach whoever does their payroll. And it tells them exactly what they need. A detailed payroll report. And again, you don't have to memorize this. I'm just walking you through the process of how it looks on their end. So a detailed payroll report even shows this is what we need. And they'll know what this is. They're a business owner. They deal with this stuff. And if they don't, then their HR person does. And they'll know this is very easy to do. So it even tells you, these are the biggest payroll providers, whatever one they use, it tells you exactly how to get to it. This is dummy proof. So Ms. Jones, which company do you use? Okay, you scroll down, you see where it says selected, and just follow the instructions. Easy enough, right? So let's say they do that. The next part is the 941 forms. Most companies use the 941, and this is the same exact thing. This may sound like alien language to you. It's not to them. You could go along with the page. Hey, Ms. Jones, the next part says upload your 941 forms. Looks like this. And you can get this from your payroll provider. If you're unsure, who does your bookkeeping? Call them. They can get this. If you want, we can do a 3-way call. And it's literally, hey, Ms. Jones, I need the 941 forms for 2021, Q1, Q2, Q3. It says it right here. You just have to read this. They'll read that. This makes it dummy proof. And then once that's it, they enter the final information, they hit submit. Now our team has everything they need, and within usually between 5 to 14 days, depending on how complex of a claim this is, they'll get back with the full amount and then the final paperwork for them to sign. And that's really it, and that's the whole life cycle of the deal. So if there's any more videos you guys want me to make or anything that you think would help you, such as rebuttals or questions, just, let us know, and I'll be glad to make more content for you guys. All right. Well, thanks for listening, and happy hunting.